actually like it.
There it is.
Our new intro.
That was awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It is a Wednesday, and we're going to have a great show with Kristina Bloom. I'm so excited to have her on. We were able to do her podcast a little while ago. I think she just released it, in fact. So you can check that out.
This morning.
This
On
morning.
YouTube.
However, we're going to get weird with it today, guys. Okay, because now we've gone into our show now. Okay, so this is where
She's like, uh-oh.
yeah.
Oh, I know. I've been looking forward to this all day.
Off, okay, so
I've been looking forward to this.
But first, sharing is caring. I said that every single episode. I mean it today. Please find Paranormal on your Facebook, or on YouTube, and please go ahead and share our video. Share our YouTube. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Join me. Yay.
Poor Kristina. Thanks, Jenny.
Jenny. So Jenny, she won a chance to do some filming with us, premium content.
That'll happen in July.
In July at the Paranormal Rockdown at the Broadhead Manor. So I'm very excited to do that. I'm going to get her very own bag of goldfish cheese crackers.
Oh,
Yes, she loves them. She loves them. I didn't know that at the time. Turns out she's a big fan.
Nice.
Big fan. All right. So now that we've got that, ladies and gentlemen, I am Bleep Lort McGonigal. I, of course, am here with MaryLynn Bast. And we have this incredible guest. MaryLynn, is there anything you could tell us about this guest?
Absolutely. So Kristina Bloom is a psychic medium and a channel for the divine. She's also an author for Wisdom for the Age of Ascension, and she's also for Intuitive You, Psychic and Personal Development. She's a paranormal investigator, metaphysical teacher, and she also facilitates spiritual retreats. And I'm interested in that. So I would love to talk to you more on that.
awesome.
And you also do a podcast, and you're also a radio show. For your podcast, you do Native American history for paranormal.
Right. Well, it's Red Road Paranormal, and I do that with Bobby Resnick Calkins. And we explore all different kinds of Native American lore. We had we just filmed an episode with Sean Stevens, who is a leader in the tribe up by Green Bay, Wisconsin. So he's always a favorite because he has so many great stories to tell. We've been doing that. Huh?
Said Mike, I like a Green Bay. Yes.
Yeah.
You were echoing again.
Who was, me or him?
Him.
Okay.
Bleep.
I sound good to me. I sound great to me. How's that? What's going on in the chat, guys? How do we
So
sound?
Jenny is saying she wants a set of your nuts.
Michael, I want a set of your nuts too. Jenny, you're going to get them. Okay. I'll make sure. Kelly, hello.
Hi, Kelly. And hi, Ron.
You write novels. Do you write like those supernatural banging novels?
Actually, I've not written any novels.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Well, my book Intuitive You it's kind of a textbook for the class that I teach. And
Oh,
yeah, so and
which is a spiritual retreat, right?
it can be done as a spiritual retreat. I most recently did it online over 6 weeks. So
So
it, once a week for 6 weeks.
what is the retreat? Is that like after you've lost the battle, you're like retreat? Like
Some days,
that?
yes. Some days,
Candace,
yes.
hello.
She's just in time for your nuts.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah. You're gonna make
Ron,
Bill
what,
jealous
buddy?
if you have all these people after your nuts. The retreats are actually different topics. I have done an intuitive you retreat. I have done all kinds of. Oh, hello.
It's not even my show anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Which
He found
means that
Oreo
all I
cookies.
see is dark. Oh,
What?
Loki.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Sorry, go
Don't mind the
ahead.
black hole.
I'm sorry. I got distracted by the doggo.
So that is
Anyway,
Loki.
hi,
Yes,
Loki.
that is Loki, god of mischief.
God of mischief. Well, that's what you got. So anyway, I've done retreats on a number of different topics, but they're all spiritually based.
So
You
where do you
cannot
normally
have
do
rum
those
chata.
at?
You're not old enough.
Huh?
He's trying to drink my liquor.
Oh.
You're not old enough, buddy.
So far, I have done the retreats. I did one in Vermont, but mostly I do them in northern Wisconsin
Oh, okay.
at Black's Cliff Resort.
Like you don't do it during like the winter. It's probably too cold, right?
I usually do them in probably April or November. That is when it's not their busy season. So,
Oh, okay. April, November.
So sorry,
so
I have
then I can have kind of the resort to myself,
Oh,
with-
there you go. So Jenny's saying Krista must not allow Mike to have a goat yet. So it's not that; it's that Loki will eat the goat.
Yes. Well, he might try to hurt it.
To bring home too.
Yeah, so she did tell me to bring home too.
Yep. Hi, Katie. Hey, Betsy.
So
That's
you
it.
get a retreat
Yeah.
on a resort
Yeah.
while eating
I
a
don't-
torte.
I don't have one scheduled right now, but
Okay.
if I do, it will probably be in April.
What's up, everybody? Betsy. That's awesome. Okay, so before we go any further, it's Spirits for the Spirits time. So everyone who's got their shot ready, let's go ahead and do it.
And look what I
I'm
have
gonna do
now.
something different. That's
Oh,
right.
you got your own outhouse?
Yeah.
Mike brought it to me.
Yeah. I've got this.
Look at that. My crystal ball says you're full of shit.
Love it.
That's amazing.
I know, right?
Today I'm going to be doing a little mixture. This is rum chata. So you throw some rum chata in there, okay?
Hi,
Or throw
Alicia.
it about halfway, okay?
And Katie
And then I've got the fireball myself.
and Jenny. And Ron. Hi, Ron.
Ay, my camera's fallen.
Uh-oh.
So what am I doing? Her camera's falling down? At least
Yeah,
it's not your
Your
pants.
beautiful smile.
It was already drinking.
So Bleep Blorp has now mixed the rum chata and fireball, and it tastes allegedly like cinnamon toast crunch. So we're going to find out.
All right.
Spirits of spirits.
Spirits and spirits.
Oh, Candace is on call. What do you do, Candace? Ron's got his moonshine. Salute. Okay. For those of you that may know, may not know, we had our second episode that was released a week ago today. I want to thank everybody because through all of our listeners, yes, Jenny, we actually do plan on selling those with pair with the normal on the bottom so you can see it when you drink.
Mhm.
We have been the #1 show on Beacon TV since its launch. Okay.
Awesome.
And we've been pretty much a #1 show since our creation, but this was just a continuation, just kind of show that, hey, we're on the right path. And episode 3 got released this morning. So if you did not know, and I'm here to tell you right now, the first 2 episodes were filmed back to back, right? So they were literally the very first time we had ever investigated, we had ever been together, we had ever done anything of the sort. So it was really kind of all kind of crazy.
We were just testing the waters, really.
Yes. now we wind up in Baton Rouge, and I'm just here to tell you, I really feel like this is where we hit our stride. So,
We did. Richard.
Hey, Richard! Hopefully, you guys watch the third episode and like it just as much as the first two. Thank you again. You guys have been just awesome for helping push us up to the top. So that's just been phenomenal. So, Kristina.
Hey, I do have a trailer if you want to watch it really quick.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. You good with that, Kristina?
Absolutely. Jump on in.
That's not sorry. I was trying to start over.
Yeah.
I have a friend that I've worked with on a few cases, and she reached out. She has a location that has a lot of activity, and she wants to see what we can find.
Maybe do a little investigation of my own.
So let's go see if we can find him.
Let's just watch him and see how long it takes.
Just a quick snippet.
Just a quick snippet.
That's
So, Kristina, one of the things that I wanted to ask you about is, so
Yes.
us as bodies, right? There's a beginning, there's an end, right? And some could say the earth, there's a beginning and an end, right? So it's feasible to say that the universe itself would have a beginning and an end, right?
Yes.
So that being the case, do you feel we as spiritual beings are tied to just this universe? Or
I
do you
don't think so.
live on? No?
I don't think so. What is wrong with my microphone? It's getting some weird feedback. I don't think that we are tied just to this universe, because I think that there's so much that we don't know, that to say that we're tied to one space, no matter how big it is, we can't really say that's true.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
because there's so much that we don't know, that there's no way that we can say definitively this is our limitation. I don't think that energy has a limitation, and we are energy, essentially. So that would I love Jamie Lynn. I love her so much. She's such a good
Right?
friend. FFS to you, babe. Anyway, so yeah, to answer your question, I don't think that there is an end, because we can't measure that.
So, and that's where, so like I'm not sure, we talked a little bit about it, but what your total opinion, what your thoughts are on Fae, and there's talk that they come from, like they could be potentially interdimensional beings or multi-universal beings, meaning that they kind of live parallel to us, just in a different timeline or on a different universe that just happens to be close enough to ours that there's a potential pathway, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, so with that, so does that mean? I mean, because that means if they're going parallel, that means they too must have a beginning and an end, right? So I mean, what I'm asking is, do you think if we agree that Fae are real and they exist, do you think they fear or think about their own mortality like we do?
I don't know. I can't really speak for them, but what I've noticed is that they don't seem to age the way that we do.
Okay,
So they could be hundreds of years old and still look, like your average adult, or whatever might be the case for whatever their race or species or whatever is. I don't really know. Again, it's one of those things that nobody really has the answer to.
right.
We can guess. We can, I don't think anyone in the scientific community has ever done anything about fae, as far as studying them. But
What? Hold on, MaryLynn, you told me you know everything.
No, that's you.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds more like me, to be honest.
Right.
I know that I have had interactions with some fae, but I don't know that, can you say that fairies and gnomes have the same lifespan, or that they come from the same place, or that, we don't know any of that.
That's very true. And also, let's look at it like this. And Kelly just says, yeah, I wonder if they hide from us out of fear of being harmed or because we annoy them, which is true. But also, what if, and this is, I want to say that there's some fables along this line, but what if it's more that they live so much longer than us that they were afraid to make a connection because they know we won't last, and that would hurt.
That's right? A possibility.
On an emotional, spiritual level, right? Living that long, it can be both a gift and a curse if you think about it, right?
Well, kind of look at it like this with our pets. We have our dog, 5 to 16, 17 years, and we go 70, 80, 100 years. So that's kind of the same concept, I think.
I think so.
True. But the difference being, obviously, fae don't take us in as pets.
How do you never know that?
Right. I really wish they would. I
For
would make
people who have disappeared.
Yeah. Look, for the right owner, I would try to lick my crotch. Okay, I'm just throwing it out there.
I thought you already had.
That's why I have back problems. And that's true. It could be, Candace. It could be a belief thing now, but that actually brings up something really interesting to me, because to believe means that you have the capacity to want, but not the full understanding to know, right? There's a big difference between belief and knowledge. So if you believe and then they reveal themselves, you no longer can believe, you would have to know. Does that change the paradigm?
I think that on an individual basis, probably yes.
Yeah. People wind up in like mental asylums over this stuff,
Oh yeah, for decades. Probably for centuries, but yeah.
Yes, that is exactly how I ripped my pants.
Kelly happened to be with us when he ripped her pants.
Yes, Kelly was kind enough to suture me back to health.
Well, your pants anyway.
The pants part anyway.
The other part, yeah.
And you want to know what the craziest thing is about that? So, I've already talked about this, but I had to have people help me in and out of my costume all night because I had to pee like crazy. All I had to do was move my underwear. I could have left because it was all ripped. It was all ripped. Hindsight.
There's no TMI here, is there? There's like no TMI here.
There's not.
No.
I'm so sorry. I have like zero filter.
As long as I know what the rules are, we're good.
So you'll learn the bathroom schedule. No.
It's funny you should bring that up. So, Michael, yes, yeah, I did. I did ask Mike Cook to unzip me. It's true. Turns out I did not need you to do that. I could have just been done. Dang it.
There you go.
He was just being needy that day. That's all it was.
I also had a lot of legal and illegal on the boat. It turns out you're not allowed to bring alcohol onto the ship. I didn't know that. We did. It's a federal offense. Thank God we didn't get caught. I had no idea. But we did smuggle Fireball on there. Please don't report me. Okay.
Well, let's just say he had his brother smuggle it on, so.
That's true. So he would have been the one to go down, and I don't even like him that much. So I'd have been okay with it. But you're right? Like in the old days, and I think Through the Looking Glass, right? Alice in Wonderland to me, that was always been a fable of what would happen if you could see and go beyond the veil, right? And I think it shows both how you would be, I guess, how you would be accepted on both sides of the veil, right? How you would be accepted to the Fae, and how you would be accepted to your human counterparts that, after you say what you say, right? And because through the book, they decide from a human perspective that she's cuckoo, right?
Right.
So, I mean, it's really interesting just to kind of look at it from that, I guess, that angle, because I feel like when we do like the paranormal conventions and things like that, people go, man, you got to be nuts to believe in this stuff. And the truth is, yeah, I probably am to you. I mean, but that's okay, right?
Right.
I don't mind being crazy to other people, because there's like-minded individuals that you can have these type of conversations and discuss with. I mean, Candace says I get called crazy often, but mostly because I am. And I get that, Candace.
And
I
hi,
just
Vince.
want to tell Vince it's okay. No apology necessary.
And Vince is on right now. For those who don't know who Vince Keelan is, we're getting ready to help him shoot his show for Beacon TV. I'm very excited for it. He's one of the few urban investigators. So he finds these locations that could be both haunted, maybe even not, but are just abandoned. Time has just kind of stood still in some of these places, and he kind of gives you this first person kind of tour on what it's like. And it's kind of cool because it kind of gives you this look, this post-apocalyptic look, right? I mean, one of the reasons why I bring all this up is because I don't know if you've seen the news lately, but there's been a lot of alien talk, right? Mm-hmm. So, and it just got me thinking, what if the world were to go cuckoo right now, right?
It's already there.
I was going to say, aren't we already there?
Let's say aliens attack, right? Let's say it turns into one of those War of the Worlds thing. Do you think that we could get help from unlikely sources, such as potentially the Fae, or even maybe in the spirit realm, in the form of possessions, demons, angels?
Transformers.
I would love to see some Autobots. I just don't think
I think that'd be amazing.
More unrealistic than anything else I've said.
Right? Exactly. The thing is, like, if you look back at science fiction, they have predicted so much of what we do now.
Exactly.
Science fiction has brought up so much of what is now our reality, especially technologically. And I think that those people probably have to be prophets or something. Like, where are they getting this information decades ahead of time? Right.
Who does number 2 work for?
Yeah.
But I get it.
And I assume you mean William Riker, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I just showed my proof point there. There you go.
I'd rather eat lunch with a demon than be probed by an alien.
Yeah, he does not like aliens. He just said, I do not like aliens.
See, I'm okay with a good probing. I keep Vaseline in my pocket just in case. But
no baby oil?
Not needed. Not straight to the Vaseline. I'm a pro, okay? Yeah, Diddy has like the monopoly on the baby oil anyway, so. Nostradamus. Yeah, Nostradamus did a lot of pretty crazy predictions. I think we can all agree that. Yes. But and who's to say? So then this is where it gets kind of interesting too, because people say, well, maybe he was a time traveler. What if he's not? What if he just is one of those few people that managed to go behind the veil and see things from the fairy's eyes? Now, time can move drastically different there, right? So to him, looking back through with a mirror could be looking at a TV, going in fast forward, right? So he could literally just be looking at things, trying to write things down as he goes, going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then when he jumps back through, he's just right back to where he started.
Right. Totally possible. And if aliens attack, well, all right, but let's assume there's more than one species of alien. And,
Oh, absolutely.
how do we know that a different species of alien wouldn't come to our aid?
That's true. That absolutely. I just hope one of them has like a Wagyu beef type flavor.
Okay.
Because it's you can only get it in Japan. So it'd be nice to have it like worldwide available. That's just all I'm saying. I would eat an alien. Okay, I'm just putting it out there. I would.
Well, I'm thinking, if there's any group that seems to be on Earth or comes and goes from Earth, or however that's working for them, I would think that maybe the Bigfoot community would step up and help.
Ooh. So yeah, that's interesting because Bigfoot, I feel like Bigfoot is the most notorious because there tends to be a lot of sightings, just nobody can actually like prove or disprove.
Right.
They could be the new DoorDash. Imagine that. They've got like those anti-gravity machines. You could order McDonald's and have it in like 3 minutes. It'd be amazing.
Well, there's beef from Japan that you would want. The Bigfoot just can bring it through a portal for you.
Yep. And he'd probably spit on it if you forgot to tip. So always tip, folks. I do. I am pretty hairy right now. It's pretty crazy. I look like the missing link right here. I don't know what's going on. Between man and monkey right here. What's going on? So with that, you're right. There could be multiple types of aliens that could, and one could potentially come to our aid.
Mm-hmm.
There's also that theory that there are aliens that live below us, right? Like
Right.
closer towards that core of the Earth. Just because we cannot survive those extreme temperatures doesn't mean that they can't. Because I've heard, and I'm just going to throw this out there, you guys can tell me what you think. I've heard that there are groups of aliens that don't have meat bodies. They have like a doll-like body. That being the case, heat probably would be relative, right? Wouldn't really matter as much.
Right. Well, if you're
right, pure energy. If you have a doll-like body made out of some sort of, heat-resistant material, right? I mean, we make armor now that can withstand incredible amounts of heat. So just imagine how advanced we would be with another 3,000 years under our belt, right?
Right.
It could be. It could just be a whole bunch of Kens and Barbies under there. Candace, we don't know. Maybe the Barbie movie was a message. I hope not.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
My wife saw it. She wasn't a fan. I'm so you ought to say that right now. That might make some people upset, but she wasn't a fan. And she felt like they picked on. Not my words.
Barbie's nothing without Ken. I'm sorry.
Barbie's nothing without Ken, and Ken is nothing without Barbie. They complete each other. Okay. It takes two to tango. Hey, Annie.
Hey, Annie.
So now that we've gotten into some pretty weird lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Kristina, I'm an expert at just about everything. Okay. So what questions do you have for me?
Oh, this will be good.
While I'm eating this Coca-Cola flavored Oreo.
Okay, why?
I love that.
Like, why?
He has to snack all the time.
I do. Oh, this is awful.
I was going to say, is it as bad as it sounds like it would be?
Oh, God. It tastes like flat Coca-Cola.
Oh, no.
I think, Annie, the answer is no, according to the look on
Just look at his face.
Orp's face.
Oh, God.
But he's going to be a Mikey and still eat it.
And then he's
I
still
have
going to
to.
eat it.
Well, you can smell it all the way from here.
I'm in too deep, folks. I got to finish it now. All right.
I actually have a question for MaryLynn.
Oh,
Where did you get all this patience?
Honestly, I don't know. Because I've always had it for the most part.
Yeah, it's true. Oh God, it's awful.
I had brothers
Your brothers, that would
Yep.
do it. Yeah. Yeah.
and a sister that was really annoying, so
So I know that when you were on my show, we had talked about like you had never done a paranormal investigation until the first time you filmed. Is that correct?
Mike.
Well, with me,
Yes, with you.
correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Mary Lynn's the paranormal one.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was the first time that she had worked with me. Now she had done paranormal stuff at like the Pioneer Saloon. It's true, Greg. It's true. Oh, Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Greg Ogles,
Big
by the
Greg.
way, will be on our 4th episode, our episode that's due to come out next week. So keep an eye on that one. I'm very excited for that one. So turns out he's super racist. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He's gonna be like, what?
Joking.
But so she's been kind of in this field like nonstop, and I have never once had I even the thought of like and I think this is where our show really comes in. The thought of investigating a place that could potentially be haunted or full of serial killers never crossed my mind. Okay, so as a just your normal average dude, if I saw a haunted house, even like the ones that you would pay for, I'm like, nah, because I don't understand the appeal, right? So this is a great way, for somebody who maybe doesn't know anything about it, like myself, to learn. And I highly so there's a lot of equipment that you could buy, right? You can get cat balls I've learned about, which turns out has nothing to do with testicles.
No.
I had to make 3 turns. Okay. You could get dowsing rods, which I actually found that I really do love. REM pods. I learned about XLS and SLS, equipment that you can hold. And I'll finish with my sentiment. The best gauge to what's going on in your environment is your own intuition.
Absolutely.
I highly recommend that you find a psychic, somebody who actually has ESPN, folks, not somebody who just says they're psychic. Okay, because everybody says they're psychic. I've learned. Right, exactly. Kristina, you got it. MaryLynn, you got it.
Yep.
Because those are the people that are so wonderful to go through a haunted location with, because one, they understand what's going on in the environment, and they understand you, right? So like if I start to get anxiety or if I'm starting to get uncomfortable, MaryLynn, she'll notice, right? And she could kind of help guide that to keep it from spiraling, right? It's just like when you enter some place like that and you hear there could be a killing, you're literally like one Google search away from cancer. Okay. That's what it's like. That's what it's like. So you need somebody that can go, okay, hold on. I see where this train of thought's going, Mike. Reel it in.
Reel it in.
Right.
Right. And she does a great job. She does a great job at doing that. And okay, so now let me go ahead and take a look at this question. Sabrina is actually my cousin, believe it or not. And she was actually in Electric Boogaloo. What's it called? Electric Boogaloo.
What is electric boogaloo?
Electric Boogaloo. Damn it, Sabrina, tell me. It's a dancing thing.
All I know is
She'll tell me. Isn't it highly possible that ancient aliens mixed their DNA with prehistoric man on Earth as an experiment to prolong alien life? As the Egyptians believed in the sun god, as Egyptian drawings show them pointing to the sky as where so many of them came from. So, okay, so my thoughts on that is I don't think it was something that they were doing to prolong life. I think they looked at us as more of I think we were an inferior being and a forbidden fruit, right? And I think it's like, when your parents tell you don't don't date that boy, don't date that girl, and you do it anyway. I think if there was intermixing of our DNA in that capacity, I think it would have been something more along those lines, as we were probably seen as nothing more than maybe a multifunctional tool that they just happened to decide to have relations with. That's just my 2 cents.
Interesting. I've seen a lot of different documentaries where they talk about, aliens and how they're interbreeding even now with humans, to create a new species. I don't know if it's like a higher level of species or something like that. I'm not sure really what it is, but I feel like I don't know really where to sit with that, because I feel like it's possible. I mean, what do we do with other animals? Some, in experiments and whatever. We could just be experimental, and I think everyone's probably seen that cartoon where the parent alien is sitting in an armchair or whatever and telling the kid, it's 9 p.m. and you tell me now you need a human for class tomorrow.
Right?
I mean, it could be that, it could be all kinds of things. Who knows? Like I said, there's so much we don't know. I mean, we can form opinions, we can go on what we feel, we can create whatever we want to in our own minds about what to think and what to believe. But the bottom line is we don't know.
Well, and
It's true.
kind of my analogy is kind of look at an ant farm. When you have them in a glass, you can see them moving around, doing all
An
their
alien
stuff.
ant farm?
Alien ant farm. I look at us as an ant farm to the aliens watching us. So if they introduce another ant species, then we go to war and fight, and it's just all this different stuff. You put different things in and they're testing, and that's kind of the way I see it, is they're just watching down and it's like, what can we throw at them and how are they going to react?
Well, I think an ant farm is maybe too inferior. I think they look at us like we look at, right. I think maybe they look at us more like we look at like a third world system, right? Like we would look at like the poverty-stricken India, right? Like you don't know how these people are surviving. You don't know how they live, but somehow they manage. And maybe you go when you visit. Like, for example, there are tribes like in Africa where you could fly a drone over some of these locations and it will blow their effing mind because they've never seen anything like it. They will legitimately think it is an alien. There's a movie called All Gods Must Be Crazy where a guy throws a Coke bottle, of all things, out of a moving airplane, and it happens to land right next to this African tribe, and they use it as this tool, and it becomes like this big point of contention, so much so that they decide to throw it off the edge of the world, right? So I think it's very possible that they look at us in similar ways.
Right.
I think it's possible. Yeah.
I mean,
we don't know what's possible, but it's possible. We have no idea.
That's true. That's true. Oh, and my cousin said she was in the movie Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo. So she was in both.
Cool.
Which is really awesome. Really awesome.
I've never seen it, so I don't know what it is.
What's that?
Said I've never seen it, so I don't know what it is.
Oh, there were awesome dancing movies in like the 80s.
Ah, okay.
So with that, do you think, Kristina, on a spiritual level, do you think that aliens have the same spirituality that we do? Like, can you communicate with them on like a psychic level?
I do.
Wow.
And
that's
yeah. I channel Pleiadians. So, that's, I think that they can communicate with us because they can dumb themselves down to us, to be honest with you. Like, I raise my energy as high as I can to reach for them, but they kind of have to dumb down to communicate with us. And I don't mean dumb down, but probably lower their frequency.
I have to do that when I talk to my brother, so I get it.
Ditto.
So how do you know that you're talking to an alien versus a spirit?
Bleep Lord says it right there.
Bleep blorp. There you go. Uh, talking to a spirit it has a different energy. It has a more human energy,
Okay.
where an alien does not, or an extraterrestrial does not. It has a different frequency. I don't know how else to explain that. It just feels different. Yeah. I'm still trying to work with the mic, so I apologize for all the feedback. I got to figure out how to use this thing.
That's okay. You sound great on our end.
Okay, good.
I thought you were a 1-900 model at first. That's
You know,
how
when
great you sound.
I put out a guided meditation CD. Remember when we had the CDs?
Yeah.
Yes.
In 2005. And yeah, somebody called me mistress of meditation.
Oh, that's cool.
Dang, girl, get it.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Have you had an opportunity to meet Michelle LeBaron?
I'm trying to remember if we've met in person. Have we, Michelle? I don't remember.
The Ghost
Hi,
Magnet.
Annie. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye, Annie.
Oh, see, Annie? I will.
So it does sound like there's something wrong with my mic. Okay.
Yeah, I was hearing feedback.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Crystal. Thanks,
Because
Sabrina.
everything sounds great on my side.
This out.
Crystal!
She says she
Yeah.
can't remember either.
I know we've
well,
communicated online for a long time, but yeah, I don't remember.
Michelle is such an incredible human being. She's probably one of 5 people in the entire world that I would let help me pee. You know what I mean? Because I know she's got my back. You know what I mean? Respect. Okay. Michelle.
That's trust.
So-
right there.
That's trust. So we were talking a little bit about aliens. We've talked a little bit about the Fae. I think it's time that we kind of dive more into comfortable waters, right? Where we talk about, the supernatural, and we talk more specifically about the dead, right?
Okay.
Do you feel that it is necessary for there to be some sort of trauma or a traumatic event that would keep a spirit from being able to reincarnate? Or do you think they can choose or decide to just stay?
Just wow, that sounds. I'm sorry. I just want to be clear. I just want to be clear on the question. So, do you mean like they can cross over and stay there? Bye, Michelle.
So basically, like, let's say all 3 of us, we pass on, right? And maybe you get the choice at that point to either A, reincarnate, B, go to heaven, or C, stay put. Now, let's say that that's because you have the choice, right? Now, I would assume they would prefer you to say B, go to heaven, right? That would be the ultimate choice. But maybe that's something that you have to earn. I don't know. So, but what if, like, let's say, for example, let's say you're killed in a brutal car accident, right? Or you're murdered, right? It's a very violent murder, right? Do you feel like the Amityville, right? Amityville, right? Let's say you were one of the people that were killed in Amityville. Would you be stuck there? Or do you feel like you would, because something so traumatic happened, that you can't leave, that you are stuck reliving that moment? You're stuck in that area.
Like you're bound.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't necessarily believe that you're stuck there. I feel like with the work that I've been doing, I've been doing this for 25 years, talking with people on the other side. Everyone tells me their story. Everyone that I talk to on the other side shares information with me. And what I have come to understand is that when we cross over, first of all, if it's very quick, like some people don't know that they've actually died.
Sure.
So they're
Yeah.
walking around like they're alive, not understanding why people aren't responding to them. So, and that goes on until somebody clues them in, or they just figure out, oh, this isn't working the way it normally does. There's something different here, and they figure it out. There are also,
Stevie.
you know, and I know that that's a belief that with a horrible death, you don't cross over. I think that that can be true for some people and not true for others. Because I know that my son, who died a horrible death, crossed over. I know that he's gone to the light. I know that he's done his life review. And I know this because he has come back and told me.
And
So do you
that's
think
where I
maybe
think it's where you're at spiritually when you do pass, even if it is
Maybe,
bad.
or where you get to spiritually after you pass.
Yes.
You know, it could be either one. I don't think that there are any solid rules about it. I don't think that, it's like we're all individuals, and I think that some people stay here longer. Some people stay here longer by choice. Some people stay here because they don't know that they can leave. Some people stay here for religious reasons, because they're afraid that they're going to go to hell. So
Yeah.
staying here is better than going to hell, right?
and that actually, yeah, that's an interesting point.
So
Or because of lack of religion, the ones who don't believe in anything, they feel like they're going to go to hell when they realize it really is there.
the thing is, I mean, I have never had a spirit on the other side tell me that they went to hell, ever.
Me neither.
I've never had a spirit tell me that. And I don't personally believe it exists, except that we create what we want to create. So
What about
any
hell
kind
on
of
earth?
spirit who's living in hell has chosen to create that for themselves.
For me, it's, could be hell on earth. We're
Right.
already living in hell.
Exactly.
So, and that being the case, yeah, because I mean, so let me ask you this: do you believe in heaven?
Not particularly, not in the way that I was taught as a child.
Yeah. So
Okay.
my issue with my issue, I don't want to say issue, but my concerns with something like a heaven is, they call it the Silver City, right? I think we've all heard that terminology, right? The Silver City. It's beautiful. There are 8 billion people on the planet right now. Right now, okay? Between the creation of man to now, I think it's very easy to say somewhere between 8 to 50 billion, maybe even a trillion people have died.
Okay. I think
Right?
that's fair.
That would make heaven the most crowded place ever. Okay, it would take forever to get anywhere. Okay,
Traffic jams everywhere.
Traffic
so-
jams everywhere. But if we don't think
Exactly.
of heaven, but if we don't think of heaven as a place that's, first of all, limited in size, and second of all, that we take, this shape with us when we go, to where we become pure energy. Energy doesn't even take up space.
So you've got this little bitty ball of energy that's around, so you can have all these like atoms and molecules and stuff like that. So
And if there is a heaven, who's to decide how big it is?
right. The
well,
universe.
well, here's the other thing too. Like, let's say you're like, man, I die, and I go up and I join, my family, my dad. But my dad has joined my grandpa, and my grandpa has joined my great grandpa. My great grandpa has joined my great great grandpa. And I get up there, and they're like, "Who the fuck is this guy? I don't like him." Okay. What now?
You're
Do I
not
get kicked
allowed.
out? Like, how does this work? Okay.
You go find
My
another
under-
family.
I don't know. Maybe MaryLynn has had a similar experience. I don't know. But my understanding, after all of these years of talking to people who have crossed over, is that they get to create what they want to create, right? So I have talked to people who have gone over there, and they have created their little cabin by a stream, and they have their flower garden, and they're happy. And then there are others who just kind of roam around free and don't really attach to anything, but they say it feels wonderful. It's just love. Right? It's like the
Their
highest
ideal
love.
world. Mhm.
Yeah, like something we can't even experience while we're still in a body.
Right.
Right? So there's all of these different inputs that I've gotten. And honestly, unless I've talked to someone who has very recently passed and unexpectedly, everyone creates the light that they want, you know? And do I feel our ancestors are watching over us and hear our prayer? I think for the most part, yeah, I do believe that. I do believe that. There are some families though where they're like, my ancestors better not come anywhere near me, you know?
See, and that's where this is where it gets difficult, because I feel like if you believe in ancestors, then how could you believe in reincarnation? Because you can't have both. You can't have it both ways.
But not
Right.
everybody chooses to reincarnate.
What's that?
Not everybody chooses to reincarnate.
Which is true, but to say that only your ancestors didn't reincarnate, like every single one, right? Do you see what I'm saying?
This is where it requires an expansion of your belief system and to
Right.
kind of go, you know, because these bodies are temporary vehicles. Like we come and we drive it around for a while and then we trade it in, right? So we trade in
right,
the
like a
body,
lease.
It's on lease, yes.
right?
And
So
what
we
if?
lease these bodies for X number of years and then we trade it in and we go back over to wherever it is that we came from. And there are so many theories on where we came from, where we're going, how it all works, that honest again, we get back to nobody really knows. That's
And
what
what
we're
if?
going back to.
What
Nobody
if
really
heaven and
knows.
hell? What if heaven is just another parallel universe, right?
Exactly.
With windows.
It could
that
be
you
a
just-
parallel universe that we don't even reconnect back here. It
Exactly.
could
And
be
you're just kind of hopping to, but because of the windows, you can still see, right? So let's say a medium reaches out and says, hey, Joe's having a hard time. He'd really like to talk to you, Bob. And Bob can go, huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem. But let's say hell is just a completely different universe, but it's not attached. So they're just gone. Right? So it seems like hell to us because you're no longer attached. You can't be reached.
You no
But
longer
you just
have this
literally moved.
connection.
Exactly. You've literally just moved out of 5G range. That's it.
Well, and that's a good analogy there because of them trying to come through and reconnect and trying to get back into the world. Because I kind of look at it as maybe a train station that you're going in, you're just on one stop. This is where you're at right now. You're going to get onto the train again and go to the next stop.
Hold on. She's saying that because she likes Harry Potter only. Okay.
Of course.
God.
I really do want to get like on a train and go to the platform at 9 3/4. That would be so awesome.
I will
Right?
join you.
Yes. So I'm just, the whole point of Pair with an Abnormal podcast is to hopefully make you
Think.
think the way that, you both are very spiritual, you both are psychic, you both have been awakened, and then you have me, and I'm an idiot. So this kind of helps you see, what does an idiot see?
I don't
What
know.
are they queuing in on, right? So, and this is it.
I'm finding my tribe.
Yes,
There it is,
the Harry Potter tribe. Woohoo!
Yep.
which is awesome.
There is just so much again that we don't know. And I have talked to so many spirits who have crossed over, and there's this other theory that it's like a big cauldron where all of the energy just goes back into it, kind of. And
Sure.
when somebody is going to be born, then it's almost like a ladle is dipped into it and poured into a body. And maybe
Sure.
that's why we have so many different past lives, is that we are parts of different people. Because
Absolutely,
we have
yeah.
energy from different people. That's another theory. But again, all of it's theory.
Yes.
All of
It's
it
not
is
even a theory, it's a hypothesis, really.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
that's why we investigate, and
Yeah.
that's why we do this, is try to find the answers, because we have our beliefs and what we think. It's something that in our heart we believe in it, but can we really prove it?
So,
Yeah,
yes.
after you die, Michael, all of your answers will be revealed to you. Maybe.
Maybe.
And I'd like to point that out too. Some people do investigate because they want the answers.
Yep.
Mhm.
I investigate because I'm just passing through, right? Much like you would at a zoo. I know I'm not going to know everything there is to know about the entomology of a certain insect, or I'm not going to know the anatomy or the exact procedures that a tiger is going to take to hunt its prey, how it eats. I'm not going to know its sleeping cycles, but I just want to see it. I just want to say, hey, I experienced it. I saw it. I was close enough to it to say, hey, man, what an incredible experience. You're never going to believe what I saw. And I think that's what we all need to strive for. Answers are something that are going to come to you in time, right? If you strive for them, or sometimes, I mean, how many people have just been in the shower and been like, oh my God. Oh, that makes sense now, right? Yeah, right. An apostrophe. Exactly. So
Shower epiphanies. I mean, where would we be without them?
Right. Well,
I
according
think
to Mike, it's apostrophe.
right. So I think we need to all, as paranormal investigators, maybe realize that it's not a race to figure out what the answer is, but it's more a journey to understand what your place in all this is.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. And the thing is, there's probably more than one answer.
Oh, definitely. Well, and for me, it's like, enjoy the journey instead of making it, the drama. Just go out and enjoy the journey as much as you can. And then
Right.
Ron said he got shocked in the shower.
He did actually. So what that means is he's got a pacemaker, and it controls his heart, and his heart had stopped, and it had shocked him back to life. On top of that, at the exact same time, his dog decided to choke on something, and it set off his motion detector, which it normally does not do. So it was this weird culmination of events. And that's another thing too. Well, what is a coincidence?
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say it's not a coincidence? Isn't Faye messing with you?
Mhm.
Who's to say it's not the afterlife trying to send you a message? Who's to say it's not death saying, I got my eye on you?
Right.
Right? We don't know. We don't know. There's so many things that we don't know. But I'd like to also point out that I think the fact that we don't know is a really, really good thing.
Mhm.
I love
Because
it. I do. I love the fact that we don't know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and then that's the minute that you do find all or most of the answers, or the answer for you. It's like, then what are you going to do now? It's like,
Right.
if it disproves what we believe in, it's like, what now? Or if it proves it again, what now? Where do we go from there?
It's like eating at every single Waffle House that's ever been built. What now? What do
now?
I do with my life now?
Well, now you've ate the same waffle 400 times. So
Yep.
Exactly. And there's nothing, there's nowhere to go, right? Until they build a new one. It's ridiculous.
exactly.
Just build it.
It's just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
So, Kristina, where can we find you if someone wants to take one of your classes, or hear your podcast, or read your books? I put the
Okay.
link below.
Yeah, the link below. I have a website, KristinaBloom.com, real simple. And I have my calendar on there that I'm updating with events, constantly updating with events, because I keep adding new events. And you can request an appointment through there. You can purchase my books through there. All 3 of my YouTube channels are listed. And then if you go under, I forget which tab it is, but keep playing with the 6 tabs up there, and eventually you will find a list of classes that I offer. Hi, Shane.
What up, Payne Shipman? Petey Shane
That did not
Pittman.
come out right. How much of that have you had?
I know he hates that. He's great, man.
Yeah. So that's where people can find me, or on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky. Mike, you're fired.
Fair. I deserve that.
Yeah, I can't
He's
remember
the boss
anywhere
man.
else where you could find me, but yeah, you could find me on all those places too.
And despite your sexy voice, you do not have an OnlyFans. Just to put
I
that
do
out
not. No, I do not.
there, in case they were asking, because Shane would ask. Shane would ask.
And part of this
Uh,
sexy voice is a cold, so
Yes. You just made me laugh out loud, and I scared my dog. Oh
So he has a tendency is every time I go to take a drink, he'll make me laugh at something and I almost choke to death.
no! So
Not
one of
nice.
our goals, once the season is over, we really want to put together like a. In fact, Shane is on, so Shane could even help with this. We really want to put together. You literally trying his life. It's true.
Every time.
He could help us put together just like kind of like a blooper outtake reel, so you could see how often or how hard some of these takes really truly are for people to get through. And our show is not scripted. Nobody knows what I'm going to do when I do it, and I never do the same thing twice. So that makes it even more difficult. So.
And what I like is when we're doing the outtakes is I usually have my phone out, so I'm recording
Sure.
it because I know what's going to happen. And the very first time is like what it took hours to be able to do all of Mike's because it was having to redo over and over again. Everybody laughing so much. I even have a video of Shane doing a face plant on a bed. He's laughing so hard.
Oh,
It's
wow.
true. It's true. I don't know if anybody's seen, but please go check out Shane Pittman's Facebook or Instagram. It might even be on his TikTok. I'm not sure. But he has this awesome photo of him all dressed up as a barbarian for a Renaissance fair. I'm not saying he's a Brad Pitt, but if he were to like try to like force me, I probably wouldn't resist too hard. That's all I'm saying.
I'd be like, no.
Right, exactly. Our camera has some cool footage of you, Mike. Oh, awesome! You'll have to send it to us. That'd be fun. Yeah. We are still putting that together, Ron. However, despite me asking for our cameraman to do one continuous shot, he wound up doing like 150 shots.
And I'm having to go through and piece those together.
So wow. It's been. But no, I'm a Pitt, all right, but no Brad Pitt. Oh, that Shane Pittman. Oh, that Beacon TV's Shane Pittman. Oh, and for those who don't know, you're going to be able to see TV Shane Pittman, Beacon TV Shane Pittman, on a brand new show. So if you liked the Holzer Files, you're going to love this new show. It stars Cindy Kaza, Dave Schrader, Shane Pittman, and the original director. The crew is back together. The same crew from the Holzer Files. There's going to be a brand new name, brand new adventures, and only exclusively on Beacon TV. So please make sure you subscribe. It is going to be incredible. They start filming, I think, in January or February. They've asked me like 6 times to be on it, but I was like, please. I'm too busy.
Hey, Bill.
We'll see.
Way to jump into that. Mike's nuts. So now we do have to mention, we have to mention Bill's nuts because we have to do that. Yeah,
that is true. So,
and Shane said that they start filming in January.
In January, guys. So I'm talking the dream team here. So I'm excited. Everyone knows I love Cindy Kaza. I would have her babies. Okay, that's how much I love her. So I'm very excited for them to do this show. And Bill is on. Again, literally the worst times. Yes. Bill Walter owns the Broadhead Manor. Have you had an opportunity to meet Bill? I assume so.
Yeah, Bill and I are very good friends.
Nice. He took us to a dairy farm, the Twin Milkers Dairy Farm. It was so nice.
Not us, him and some other people.
Yeah, he took me to the Twin Milkers Dairy Farm, and I got a lot of cheese. It was incredible.
So every time he talks about the milking, he has to do this.
Yeah, I don't, because I feel like if I don't do this, then you might think
you don't know what it is.
I wanted you to understand. I mean, like from a cow, right? That's important. But yes, Bill is an incredible person. We're very excited. We will be there for the Paranormal Rockdown. I assume you'll be there as well.
I will be there. We talked about this. We're going to be
Yes.
working together. We're going to be doing some filming together.
Yes.
Exactly. And it's going to be, it's going to be amazing. For those that don't know, Kristina is going to help me scare the pants off of Jenny Davis. It's going to be great.
Sorry, Jenny.
Oh, Decatur Dairy. I was so close.
What
I
did you
was
call it?
Twin Milkers. I was really close.
Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
Yes. So, and if you do not already have Beacon TV, you can go ahead and create an account. After you've created an account, it's going to ask you to choose a plan, at which point you could put in the code Paranorm10, and you can save a little bit. I do recommend to do the annual plan because you'll save the most. And definitely do the annual plan with the premium, the legacy, because we do release stuff on premium. We right now, I think aside from the Searchers Paranormal Mind podcast, we dominate. We're on the first episode of Speakeasy, which is a great behind the scenes look at our very first episode. We also have the mine tour footage on our aftercuts, and you can learn a very valuable lesson about sneakers in the paranormal field.
Yep.
And we have a lot more that we're getting ready to release, including a return to
Yorktown Hospital. We just got back from there this weekend.
Awesome.
It was incredible. Have you ever been to Yorktown,
I have
Kristina?
not. No,
You should go.
I have not. Yeah. There's a lot of places I could go. I have a very long bucket list of places to go.
I love buckets. That's great.
As long as I have snacks in them.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Gotta
yeah.
have
Trick or treating. Trick or treating is the best. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta have the snacks.
All right. Well, we are
Shane
at
says I wasn't
time.
even. Yep, that's our time. We are done. With that, why don't you go ahead and play us out, Kristina? It's been an absolute pleasure having you here. You are an incredible guest.
Well,
And we look forward to seeing you in July.
I am so excited to meet you guys in person. It's
Yes.
going to be so much fun. And thank you for having me on your show. It's been an absolute blast.
Thank
Of course. Thank you so much.
Have a good night,
you.
everyone.
Good night.
Don't tell me what to do.
Okay.